It is a very overcast day today. I think there was supposed to be rain on the forecast, but so far we haven't received any. But yeah, look at that very overcast sky. Hey there, welcome back. So today's project is we're going to go and work down in the front garden bed, the one that's on our road, and we're going to do a bit of tidying up and a bit of tree limbing. We have actually just started a huge big redo of that garden bed. So my husband's been working really hard down there to remove quite a few weed plants. We have these big weed bushes that are called durantas, and here they're just terrible for our environment, so we pulled those out. And he's also pulled out a couple of trees that were really past their prime, and it's really opened up the space. So now I'm going to go down there and do a bit more tidying up and really start to figure out what it is that we're going to do to beautify it, I guess. So down here is where all the durantas were pulled out of. They took up that entire space, and then you can see the couple of tree stumps here from where the trees were pulled out. I think these trees were a type of callistemon bottle brush, so they were just getting a bit old and past their prime. So then this is what we've got left. Now these are the trees here that I'm going to be limbing up. They are Brisbane wattles and they are beautiful. I'll actually show you one that's in full flower a bit later on. What we discovered when we started pulling some of the trees out here is how nice and open it felt. And we were like, oh, do we pull out these Brisbane wattles? Because they're really still closing in that space. But we're hoping that by limbing them up, we might be able to make it feel more open, but still keep these beautiful trees. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. There's also a heap of just weeding and things to do, but I don't know if I'll get to that today. We'll just see how far we can get. So I'm just going to set you up somewhere and we'll see how much we can get done before the baby wakes up. So these are the tools that I brought out. My Velcro pruners. This saw thing, which I love. I don't know what it's actually called though. And of course, the baby monitor. So hopefully he sleeps for a bit. Got two done. This one looks really nice, like its form. This one's not as great, but you know, it's still quite nice. At least it's got two little branches go off there. This is the only one I've got left to do, so I thought I'd just show you a bit of a like before, after. So it does really open it up quite a bit. So I'm hoping that will be enough to be able to save these trees and still get the look that we're looking for. Also, this is the best tool. Makes it so easy. So I just keep stepping back and having a look and making sure I like what I'm doing. I think I'm nearly there with this last one. I'm going to go in and of a few of the smaller ones that I think will be there. Okay, I'm really pleased with how these are looking. So let me give you a bit of a look at them all. So this is the first, well, this is the last one we did. And I think it's probably the one with my favourite shape. And then there's this one here. This one here. So I really like how you can now see through them rather than them being so bushy. So we've got quite a bit of stuff still to do in this area. Obviously we've got to weed all of this. These can stay for now. They're not doing anything wrong. We've got some yuccas that my husband's already chopped down, so we're going to pull those out. We've got this big pile of cuttings from today's project. They've all got to go into the wood chipper, but the Brisbane wattle is a bit too wet when it first comes down from the tree to be chipped, so we'll have to let that sit for a few days first. All of these yuccas need to come out as well. This is not a great plant really, they just multiply and take over. This is the view from the driveway. I've tried to take out the things along here that were going out over the driveway too much. I want to come down to the backyard and show you some of the mature Brisbane wattles we've got down here, because these ones are in full flower. I'm not actually sure why these ones are in flower and the ones in the front yard are not. Maybe they're a different amount of sun or something, but these are looking spectacular at the moment. Just look at all of those flowers. We'll get up close and have a look at them. They are just so lovely. The flowers don't last long, but they are beautiful while they do, and the bees just absolutely love them. The thing I want to do today in preparation for that front garden bed getting its revamp is I want to take some cuttings of a plant that we have out back here. It's looking a little bit shabby at the moment, but I think it just needs a bit of a cut back and then it'll refresh. But it is an Alternanthera, and I think the variety is Little Ruby. And it just has done really well here, and I know you can take cuttings of it and strike new plants, and we think it would look really nice out the front. So what I'm going to do now is, I actually didn't bring my Velcros down with me, but I'm going to just pull a bit of this out and take it up to the house, and then we can cut it down with the Velcros and put it into a bit of water and strike it. I've done it before and it works quite well, so we'll give it another go. Just got a couple of little tiny jars, and I'm going to get my pruning. You know what, kitchen scissors will work, and they were right here. So I'm just going to cut them off and throw them in here, and then we'll put them in water. I'm really not doing anything particularly special. Not sure if I'm supposed to do something more than this, but like I said, this has worked for me in the past, so we will come back and check on them in a couple of weeks and see if they have produced anything. And if they have gotten themselves some roots, then we will pop them up into some soil. I think I'll take these upstairs and put them under my grow light, because the only other place I really have is here on this kitchen bench, and I don't think they really get enough light. Fill that up with water and we'll take it upstairs now. So here we are, my little propagation station with my grow light and my heating mat under this one. So I'm just going to put it under the light there, and we'll check back in with it. quickly discovered that this cart was not going to be big enough for all the branches, so I just dragged them over to the pile which is over there. That's okay, it didn't take very long to clear up the mess, and it's looking really good. Look at those trees. So pleased. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. So this is just stage one of the transformation of this garden bed. So I hope you will check back and see what we get up to with it next, and enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys.